So I know I don't talk about it a lot, but everything centers around this book. Mindful moments, 30 days to quiet the noise. It all starts from here, guys. Available on my website, Mindful Moments. Before we get into our guided meditation, though, let's go ahead and bring ourselves to center. Let's be ready for what we want for today. We're going to start with some stretching. And you'll notice I have a chair right here. Everything about my brand is inclusive, even the stretching, even the working out. Whatever it is that you are trying to do, you can get there in whatsoever position you're in. So if you're standing, then we stand and stretch. But if you want to sit, then we sit and stretch. They're all okay, is what I'm saying to you. Oh, it was kind of dark. This is a better way. So this is my book, Mindful Moments, right? I'll be talking about it again a couple of times, but we're just going to start with some stretching, right? And let's start with rolling our shoulders. Start with shoulder rolls. Keep in mind, I spend a lot of time on shoulders and neck because we carry so much tension right here. This is where we carry all the tension, you know? So I like to spend a lot of time making sure we're doing something for our shoulders, right? Let's do some neck rolls. The first thing that I want you to do is try to make your right ear touch your right shoulder without lifting your shoulder, okay? So we're just going as far as you can without lifting your shoulder, right? And you should feel that stretch right over in here. Right here, you should feel that. And again, like I said, if you want to sit, sit. The stretch still works the same. Now make your left ear touch your shoulder. It's never going to touch your shoulder, by the way. And feel the stretch coming through right here. And now we want to start some neck rolls, right? Slowly. You should feel some pushing, some pulling, some popping. Because we don't do it nearly as often as we should, right? So then when we do it, it might feel a little foreign, but that's okay. Give yourself an adequate amount of time to do this. Think about it. You've been asleep for 7 or 8 hours. You woke up after being in one place for a certain amount of time. So now you just want to make sure that your muscles are loose, right? A couple more shoulder rolls if you need to. And if you find yourself enjoying this live, share it out. Like it up for me. Let people know what we're doing over here in the mornings. Let them know we over here stretching and we starting our day with some guided visualization and meditation because it's what we need, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and do some arm crossbody stretches. So you take your right hand, throw it across your body, and use your left hand to hold it. And also roll your wrist at the same time. Working out 2 things at one time, right? Right? Give yourself an adequate amount of time. You know, some people say 30 seconds, 20 seconds. It's whatever works best for you. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like you need 30 seconds, you should take that. But if you feel like you need less, then take less. There are certain things that I need longer than 30 seconds for because it's the thing that, you know, I find myself needing to stretch the most. You know, So sometimes I take a little bit longer, and that's okay. Sometimes it's a little bit shorter, and that's okay too. And now we're gonna go behind our head and just pull. And you wanna walk your hands down your back. You see that? You wanna go down as far as you can and hold it. Now let's switch. And you want to hold that as long as you can, as long as it's comfortable, right? And then I want to go up. Now, try to keep your shoulders down while you're doing this stretch. So try not to go like that, right? Try to bring your shoulders down and still stretch. Now, we're going to do a chest opener, okay? Your chest opener will help you with right here, making you feel better, right? So you just want to take your hands and put them behind your back and stretch out. And automatically you'll notice your chest start to open. You should feel it right here. You can twist when you do it. Keep in mind, a good stretch should almost hurt. Almost, not quite. But it should feel so good that it almost hurts. Now, we're gonna do a figure 4 leg lock fold. And listen, that sounds way worse than it is, okay? It's not that hard. So you just wanna sit in your chair, take your right leg, cross it over your left leg, right? Right where your ankle and your foot start, right? And then you just wanna bend forward. You should feel that stretch right up and through here, okay? Hi, buddy. Now we're gonna switch to the other side. Even when your dog comes in, you can still get it in, right? So, you wanna fold. Hey, boy. And you want to get that good stretch. And again, you should feel that right up and through the sides here, right? Oh, buddy knocked the phone loose. Okay, hold on. So, as you're doing your figure 4, initially it might feel like a piercing, kind of like, oh, I wasn't ready for that. And that's okay. You just want to take pressure off. If you lean down and there's too much pressure, take a little pressure off and maybe stay right here. Or right here, whatever works best for you, honestly, is what it comes down to. Now, we want to do what's called a forward fold. Now, let me tell you something. I do this like 6 times a day, this thing that I'm about to show you. I'm sitting down, so I already show you the chair version. But it's the same thing like your figure 4, but no crossing. You just want to fold forward. Allow your arms to droop. The whole thing. Now, I do this standing every day, at least 6 times. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. I could be standing in the grocery store. I could be standing at work. I could be standing wherever. And if I get some tension or tightness in my lower back or whatever the case, if I just need a good stretch, I will stand on my feet shoulder width apart and just bend over. Remember, hinge at the hips though. Don't just be like, hinge at the hips, bend over all the way down, and just let your body hang. Let your arms hang and even sway a little bit. Bend your knees a little bit. That gives you more pull. And you should feel relief right here. Right? And when you're ready to get up, if you're like me, you can't just pop up because then you be done fell back down. So the right way to get up is that your head is the last thing that should look up, right? So I'm going to show you. If you're someone that struggles with dizziness, then you want to come up slowly. You're going to come up like this. And then have your head be the last thing that comes up. And that'll keep you from feeling like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I deal with that enough just with perimenopause. I definitely don't need it extra just because I chose to get up too fast. You understand what I mean? So now, the last thing that I want you to do is just do a really gentle back bend, okay? So put your hands on your back or wherever is comfortable for you and just... Don't go down too far. Mostly because you just don't have to in order to get the stretch that you're looking for. Right? Let's do it again. You should be able to feel that. You should be able to feel that stretch coming up through here, right? Now, before we get into the meditation for this morning, I don't know if I mentioned that I wrote a book called Mindful Moments, 30 Days of Meditations and Journaling to Quiet the Noise. And it's available on my website, www.meannadk.com/shop, right? This book is amazing for a few reasons. Not only am I giving you a few different meditations here, well 30, but also room to write down your thoughts so that you don't just go on with your day without actually processing what just happened, right? So that's one of the many reasons why I love this book, and I'm going to talk about it more, but not right now. Right now, we're going to get into this guided visualization because that's what we need for today, okay? Now that we've stretched and we know that our bodies are ready, I would like for you to take the time to put your hand over your chest, one hand on your stomach or on your leg, whatever is most comfortable for you. Close your eyes or soften your gaze, but I promise you softening your gaze is not going to do as good for you as closing your eyes. But whatever works best, right? And then I just want you to start breathing like normal. You don't have to do anything dramatic. I just want you to breathe in and out. When you're breathing, you want to breathe in through your nose, making sure that your diaphragm expands. And when you exhale, I want you to blow it out through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. And at that time, your stomach should contract because you're letting go of air, right? So let's just do it a few times. Put your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and just breathe. Be aware of the rise and the fall of your chest when you are doing this. Be aware of how your body feels when you're taking the time to breathe in and out. The point is not necessarily just to breathe. The point is to connect with yourself. So just relax and breathe. breathing in new mercies. And we're letting out the things that no longer serve us. We're breathing in new days, new chances to get it right, new chances to be amazing, new chances to show up for yourself. And when you exhale, you're exhaling everything that doesn't help to get you to the next level. Whatever that was that somebody said that you didn't like the other day, when you exhale, you're getting rid of that because it no longer serves you. And when you inhale, new ideas, new creativity, new ways to impact your community, new ways to be a better person for yourself, new ways to show up for your children, new ways to show up for you as a person, new ways to show up for your partner. That's what you're breathing when you're breathing in and out. It's not simply breath. Does that make sense? Now, before we get into the visualization part, I need you to unclench your jaw, unfurl your brow, and allow your shoulders to droop. Even if you have to shake your hands, just that you know they're drooping, right? Unclench your jaw, unfurl your brow, allow your tongue to rest naturally in your mouth. Our tongue is the most powerful thing on our body. It's the strongest muscle, one of the strongest muscles in our body. The smallest, but it worked the hardest, and it caused the most damage in life. So we want our tongue to rest naturally in our mouths. Now that you're just breathing normally, peek your eyes open and notice the rise and the fall of your stomach. When you're not noticing, when you're not doing something, when your body is at rest, that's the time when you should get to know it. Press your feet firmly into the ground, steady. Notice how the ground never fails to hold you up. It's always there. Your body is ready. So now that your eyes are closed and you're in a position to see yourself in a better position, picture yourself standing near a wide, calm river. The water is moving, it's steady, but it's not rushed. Now in your mind's eye, I need you to visualize how it looks. Set the scene in your mind so your mind's eye can have somewhere to go. Your river, is it surrounded by trees? Are they tall? Is your river, is there sand there? Pebbles? Rocks? Are there flowers? Is there a meadow? What color is the water in your river? Are there boats on the river? Is the sun out? Is it a cloudy day? Is it overcast? Set the scene. Because you need to see yourself there. The river itself is always moving, but doesn't necessarily have anywhere to go. It's just there to carry. The river carries. It carries you from here to there, at least in your mind's eye. So this time, the river itself is carrying you into today. So in your mind's eye, when you're picturing a river and you inhale, imagine the rise of the current. And when you exhale, notice the gentle release downstream. Inhale. Exhale. Notice the release. And just above the water, you feel something. It feels misty. It's God's grace. Because it's not enough just to be carried. Being carried and wrapped in God's grace is just, you can't beat it. Dip your hand in the water. Imagine what it would feel like as you dip your hand in the water. How does the water feel? Is it cool and steady? Is it warm? Is it room temp? Notice how the water feels against your fingers, how the river just continues to flow and flow and flow. It flows, it doesn't stop. You see that? See, this is your reminder that you don't have to push the whole river. You don't have to push anything. Life will just carry. You don't have to force it. It's always going to move. It's always going to go. You don't have to make something happen because life is always moving. Breathe. God, we thank you. So what I want you to take with you is the river. The river is time. It's carrying you. Yes, like go with the flow, Lulu. You don't have to fight because you'll always get to where you need to be in the time that you need to be there. You gotta decide. Where do you want it to carry you? And how are you gonna let your day, are you gonna be sloshed to and fro like the water? Or will you just flow? Because the circumstances, they're going to come in your life. They're going to come every time. But they don't control the flow that's like inside of you. They don't control like what you do, how you do. And just think of life like the water. Think of your situations and your circumstances like the water. Be easy like the water. Free flowing like the water. And we could take it to rivers of living water that flow within us. That living water allows us to continue to go on. As you return back to your breath, I just want you to remember the gentle return. Fingers, toes, the water flowing. Always keep this scene in your mind's eye so you can return to it when you need to feel a little bit of calm. Because there's going to come a time when we all need to feel a little bit of calm. And it's not in front of us. We have to remember it. That's why we set these scenes. That's why we do meditations. That's why we do guided visualizations. Because when you're in the thick of life happening, it might be hard to do it right then. But if you have that muscle memory on the inside of you, it'll be easy for you to stop and be like, okay. Here's your affirmation for today. I am steady and I flow forward with strength. I'm steady and I flow forward with strength. God, I thank you for this time. I thank you for these people that chose to jump on this live. I thank you for how our days are going to go. I thank you that we're all going to have amazing, amazing days today. take this affirmation and this meditation with you. Take it with you so you can have something to remember when you need to remember. And don't forget to pick up my book, Mindful Moments, 30 Days of Meditations and Journaling to Quiet the Noise. Available on my website, www.meannadk.com. Thank y'all so much for joining in. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all in the morning.